Chat here. You know, your boy Friday, he be woke, even though he be is not like the right phrasing, but I'm woke, even though I hate that term. I pay attention to what's going on. I want to start off by saying RIP to the 10 people slain in Buffalo, 3 people injured. Condolences to the families of the ones who were slain. Hold your head to the families of the ones who were injured, as well as anybody else who was in the supermarket, the top supermarket over there in Buffalo at the time of the shooting. We all know now that it was a racially motivated shooting. Young gentleman, 18 years old. And let me see if I could. Peyton Gendron. Right? He drove out from a nearby town, and apparently he was over at the store even a few weeks before. Security guards asked him what he was doing there. He said he was doing some surveys for the census. So it was ignored. There was a few signs that could have shown that this guy was going to do what he was going to do, but they were definitely ignored before whatever happened on that fateful day on Saturday. And I'll pull up the date here quick. Saturday, May 15th, the tragic day where this all went down. Big salute to Grungy TV. Was good. We'll definitely also be covering some local topics as well. But I wanted to just do a little bit of research as well into this gentleman, or not gentleman, let's not even call him a gentleman. He doesn't even get the courtesy of being called a gentleman. But this person here, Mr. Peyton here. And I got an article here. I'll pull up an article via the Globe and Mail. And big salute to all the people out there. Make sure as y'all are pulling up in the audience here to hit that like button. Haven't been live all week. It's been a busy week. Had a lot of stuff going on. New episode of 6 Views Uncut is available right now. Make sure to check that out. So, been on my editing duties. Big salute to Gutsy Guts. Very dope episode. Big salute to Ananita, aka Foreign Ananita. She pulled up, her and the familia. And we definitely had a legendary episode. So make sure to check that out. Let me just pull this up on the screen here so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Watch my youth here. Granddad. President Granddad. All right, so let me pull up an article courtesy of Globe and Mail. I want to pull up 2 of them, one in front of me, in front of my face here. Or actually, I'll just make it bigger. Pause. All right. So in the waning days of Peyton Manning's COVID-19 altered senior years, no, this is wrong fucking article. Buffalo mass shooter suspect, lonely nerdy teenager showed signs of trouble. Okay, actually, no, this is the right article. Before I even read this, let me reiterate that our phone lines are open. If y'all want to tap in, be a part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Phone number is on the screen, 563-999-3099. If y'all want to discuss this, as well as other topics that are going on in the news. Oh, one thing I also want to discuss, and I'll put this in the title. I'll change up the title as well. The Junos. The Juno Awards. It's crazy that the Juno Awards went down on the same night as the Billboard Awards, but, you know, that's all good. I'll put that in the title here. Juno Awards Breakdown. because I watched it in real time and got to see some of the awards handed out. I wasn't there, but like I watched the show in real time on YouTube, on the YouTube live stream. So got to see some awards handed out, some live performances, and I was very impressed. I've been on record on air dissing the Junos. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've shitted on the Junos a few times where I've been like, yo, the Junos does not support our culture. And I'm happy to be, to a degree, eating my words. Right? It's not like this. It's like, I don't know, maybe they collectively heard the hip hop community and said, you know what? We got to put some more hip hop acts in there. I think these just added a category of rap album of the year or breakout or rap artist of the year. Yeah, rap artist of the year. So I guess that's good that in 2022 they finally did that. But I'm not even going to do that. Oh, yeah, finally, it's 2022 and now you guys do it. No, it's done. It's done. Finally, we got it. So salute to the Juno committee and whoever's responsible behind the scenes for making that happen. All right. But yeah, there's a lot of things that we could discuss on the table. But another thing that I've also been looking at and has been making a lot of headlines is one of the BLM founders, right? And I'll pull up an article over here on one of the Black Lives Matter founders and co-founder, right? Whew. Getting kind of sticky. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I'm seeing here, she paid her security, which is her brother, over $800,000 in security fees. And I know security could be super expensive. I'm also on the side of these organizations deserve to make some money because, you know, if we're all in the, you know, getting all the charity dollars and fucking people over type of shit, why should Black Lives Matter be any different? Right? But it doesn't make it right. So I'm going to pull up an article as well on that and we'll discuss. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the phone lines are open. If you all want to get into the discussion as well, and let us know any other things that you want to talk about in the chat below. And make sure to hit that like button. But yeah, I have an article up on the screen here. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Now, in the waning days of Peyton Graydon's COVID-19 altered senior year at Susquehanna Valley High School, he logged onto a virtual learning program in economics class that asked, "What do you plan to do when you retire?" Murder, suicide, gender typed. Whoa. Despite the protest that it was all a joke, what the fuck is this word? Bespectacled 17-year-old who had long been viewed by classmates as a smart loner was questioned by state police over the possible threat and taken into custody to the hospital and psychiatric evaluation under the state mental health laws. What else do we got here? Un momento. Let me scroll up on the screen here. But a day and a half later, he was released. And 2 weeks after that, he was allowed to participate in the graduation festivities, including riding in the senior parade, where he was photographed atop a convertible driven by his father and festooned with yellow and blue balloons, signed reading "Congratulations" and Peyton Graydon. Wow, he was getting big ups. He was getting his flowers. Man had a threat before, got released, and made it to graduation. It's a good life, eh? Okay. That account of Graydon's brush with the law last spring, according to authorities and other people's familiar with what happened, emphasized the same point school officials made message to parents at the time. An investigation found no specific credible threat against the school or any individual from that sign of trouble. Interesting. All right. The same young white man brought a Bushman XM15 rifle, traveled 3 hours to Buffalo, and went on what authorities say was a racist live-streamed shooting rampage on Saturday in a crowded supermarket that left 10 black people dead. Graydon, now 18, was arraigned on a state murder charge over the weekend, and court-appointed public defender entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. He remained jailed under suicide watch as federal prosecutors contemplate his, hate crime charges. They're contemplating that? Hold on, let me finish rolling my blunt here. Sorry, YouTube. Even the FBI swarmed the comfortable home where Graydon lived with his parents and two younger brothers, neighbors, and classmates in this community of 5,000 near New York, Pennsylvania line, say they saw no linking of the young man now being described on television. Really? Or inkling, my bad. I did not see the Canadian law passed yesterday. Fill me in. Pause. All right. And they say, they say they saw nothing of the kind of racist rhetoric. Sorry, I'm covering the things here. I'm fucking botching up. They seen in the 180 page online diatribe purportedly written by Graydon, which was described in the minute details how he researched the zip codes of the highest concentration of black people, surveilled top supermarket in Buffalo, and carried out the assault to terrorize all non-white, non-Christian people into leaving the country. Interesting. Jesus Christ. And the article goes on, blah, 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 blah. They described him as a quiet youth. What else do they have to say? What else good things do they have to say about Peyton? Because all I'm saying is, oh, Peyton, he's such a good guy. Hold on a second. This is some juicy shit here. Okay. I'm skipping this one paragraph here. Okay, when school partially opened again early last year after COVID-19 related shutdowns, Graydon showed up covered head to toe in a hazmat suit. Classmates Matthew Casero said he didn't think the stunt, which he called a harmless joke, went down well with other students. Man came to school in a whole hazmat suit? And we think he's okay. Did his parents see him leave the house in a hazmat suit? Hazmat suit? Yo, hold on. Let me read the chat here. I salute to click 2 a.m. If someone gets extremely intoxicated. Okay, so Click 2 a.m. says if someone gets extremely intoxicated, they can basically get away with their actions. What the fuck? What you mean about that? So if you're too drunk and you shoot down two people, you could be like, well, I was drunk. I'm sorry. No, I'm not riding with that. because people go get fucked up so that they can carry out whatever their premeditated plans were. They had the plan in their head. They couldn't go through with it. So they said, you know what? Let me take a couple of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Let me get drunk. And now I'm going to do what I had planned in my head. So what about that? Like, we've seen this in movies where the person gets super smashed. They already had a plan that they wanted to do this shit. They've been fantasizing about killing this person, whatever the fuck is their master plan is. And then, like, they take some crank or they fucking drink a whole bottle of whatever, and then they go on their mission. I eat that thing. Mr. Ev Frey Jr. says, being drunk is just an extra charge. Laugh out louder. ABC says, sup ass eater Ricky. You're doing the big eight people in here, broke clown. Sup, man? You're here. You could leave. But yeah, man, this guy seems to have been showing a lot of signs of mental health issues as well. You know what I'm saying? This guy had like social media post as well showing that, you know, he could potentially do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad because, you know, when my grandmother was alive, both of them, that's what they do. They go to the grocery store. When my mom Dukes was alive, that's what they do. They go to the grocery store. They go buy a little nicks and knacks. I heard toilet paper's on sale. And they pull up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, is it not safe now? Because you got guys like this out here in the streets going crazy? Sorry, I had like two chat boxes going on at the same time. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Click 2 a.m. says, the reason why I think guns should never be legally permitted to all citizens is because you never know someone's real intentions. It's a big risk. You know what? You brought up a great point. Right? Oh, and I also want to bring up that hockey player who got carjacked out here, because carjacking is on an all-time high in Toronto. Toronto done gone mud. It's starting to look like the fucking like LA streets out over here in Toronto. But the gun laws, okay? This is in Buffalo. In Buffalo, they have way stricter gun laws than they have in the South. I don't think this could have happened in Florida. I don't think this could have happened in Alabama or places like even like Arizona, places where they have like concealed carry, open carry. They know you go into the place, you go to shoot 10 black people. Or more. He wanted to shoot more. Obviously, people ran, got out the way, all that type of shit. But you go into a place and you have the intention to shoot people when you're in the South, somebody's shooting back. Let's say out of the 10 people shot, right, at least 3 are returning fire. At the time of this incident, They said one security guard that was in there or somebody who was like an ex-policeman returned fire. But dude was wearing body armor. Let that be Jacksonville or one of them places. They would have peppered that motherfucker. Fuck your body armor. And Mr. Eve said in Florida it could happen, but dude could have got dealt with quickly. That's facts. He wouldn't have been able to surrender himself to the boy then. He would have surrendered himself to a body bag. You know what I'm saying? Reggie, old man Charles, somebody in the fucking thing. And no disrespect to anybody who passed in this thing, but I'm saying just hypotheticals of, let's say you're in like the South somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody's letting back off at homeboy. Like, nah. Injured or not. Because that's what you got the burners for, like, to protect yourself. Right? And it's crazy because a guy like this guy can get away with a whole bunch of, like, prior signs. You know what I'm saying? Some neighbors had similar views, seeing the family as a happy, prosperous, with both Paul Graydon and wife Pamela holding state jobs as civil engineers with New York State Department of Transportation, earning nearly $200,000 combined, according to the record. So, good family. I want to get to the part where they're talking about some Facebook stuff, because apparently he had some posts on social media that kind of like alluded to what was going to be happening. To request one of the parents. Dropped out. The school and say why, according to writings attributed to them. You know what I think they're going to try to do? Okay. A new 589-page document online diary posting emerged Monday that authorities have attributed to Graydon, and some of the passages tracked with the account AP sources gave of his high school threat investigation. Another bad experience was when I had to go to the hospital ER because I said the word murder-suicide to an online paper in an economic class, said one entry. I got out. I got out of it because I stuck to the story that I was getting out of class, and I just stupidly wrote that down. I must have fucking passed over that shit. I think that they're gonna try to attribute this to mental health. Temporary insanity. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it is, because he had to like premeditate and drive down to the place. He had to know where he was going. He had to track the, know that he was going to a place that had a high concentration of black people and all that. So it wasn't like, oh, I was crazy the whole time that I was doing that. Obviously, the man is dealing with mental health issues. But I'm talking about when they use the excuse or the defense of this person was temporary insanity, or, the insanity plea. Right? Also in the chat says they need to, and this is also from Mr. Eve, says they need to treat the online threats from these psychos like they do with us and stop and frisk. That's a fact also. Because a lot of the times, right now, for example, it's crazy because Young Thug and all the men and a lot of other people. Oh, do I have a call coming in here? And a lot of other people have been hemmed up because of some of the things they say online. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing with RICO cases, smaller cases, because of their online rhetoric. Casanova, they used his DMs, all types of shit like that. Mind you, they're investigating these guys when it comes to that type of stuff. But when mans like this make threats ahead of time, they should be investigating guys like this too.